Hi everyone, welcome to Poonam's kitchen. Today I'm making Zarda, a traditional Mughlai sweet dish with a twist. My recipe has a unique combination of the sharp exotic flavors coming from the whole spices and the fruity sweetness coming from carrots. The end result is not only aesthetically appealing, but it's a treat for the taste buds. This recipe ensures that you eat less fat and less refined sugar with each serving as compared to the traditional Zarda. If you like my recipe, do give me a thumbs up, like my Facebook page at Poonam's Kitchen. And remember to subscribe to my channel. Now let's see what all do we need to make Zarda with a twist. Here I have 1 cup of rice already soaked in water, almonds 2 tablespoons soaked in water, pistachios ½ cup, walnuts ½ cup, clarified butter or desi ghee, 1 cup granulated sugar, fresh coconut, yogurt, oil, food color, I'm taking green color, and carrots. I'll be using this handheld grater. This one has pretty big holes and gives me nice grated carrot. From among the spices I'll be using green cardamom, cloves, cinnamon sticks and bay leaf. Now let's start with boiling the rice. I have already set the pan to medium heat. The water is getting heated up. To this I add the soaked rice. I drained it from the water that it was soaking in. To this I'll add 1 teaspoon oil. I'll throw in a few spices, 2 green cardamoms, 2 cloves and this small stick of cinnamon. These spices are very strong, so we cannot add too much of it. The water is coming to a boil. I'll cover it with a lid and now I'll cook this rice almost 75 to 80%. I'm not going to cook it completely. I'll keep the heat at medium and keep a watch on the rice. Rice seemed to be done. If I touch a grain of rice, it's not mushy. It's not completely cooked, but it has definitely lost all the rawness. I'll switch off the heat and drain this. I did not add too much of extra water because I wanted the flavor of the spices to be retained in the rice. Now let's start with the tadka. I'll put the heat to medium. I've already melted the desi ghee so that I can measure exactly 2 tablespoons. I do not want to add too much of desi ghee, though Zarda really asks for a lot of it. As the ghee warms up, I'll add in the spices, bay leaf, 2 green cardamoms, 2 cloves and a small cinnamon stick. I'll give it a few seconds so that the spices get fried. To this I add the sugar. Mix in with the ghee. Once the sugar starts getting heated up, it starts melting, it would start caramelizing. But before that we will add the moisture so that it doesn't caramelize, it only melts. We'll add in 3 teaspoons of yogurt, beaten yogurt. Give this a mix. To this I'll add the grated carrot and give this all a good mix. I'll add in this rice and give it a mix. Now I'll keep the heat somewhere between low and medium. I want all the flavors to infuse. Zarda is synonymous with colors. So I'll add ½ teaspoon of green color. Cover the pan with a lid and allow the rice to cook for 15 minutes. I can still see a lot of moisture. The rice is almost 90–95% done and it will also cook in the steam once we switch off the heat. I'll put all the rice aside. I'll collect all the water in the center and increase the heat to high. This will ensure that the water gets dried up quickly and the rice grains and the carrot does not get mushy. It's been another 3 minutes and now you can see there's very little moisture. Now it is more of the ghee that is oozing out. Now at this stage I'll give it a mix because I need to fry these rice with the ghee. It's been almost another 2 minutes that I've been frying. I'm sure you can hear the sizzling sound. I'll add the chopped nuts and the grated coconut. I'm saving some of the nuts for garnishing and give this a good mix. This is fresh coconut. It will soften a bit in the heat of the rice. I'll switch off the heat and cover this with the lid and let it stand for 4 to 5 minutes. Our zarda with carrots is ready, and I've got 2 different shades of green, the light and the dark, and the orange, the white from the coconut. All these colors are giving it a very strong aesthetic appeal. So guys, this was zarda with a twist. Hope you liked my recipe. See you again with a new recipe, a new idea or a new tip very soon. Till then, bye. Hi everyone, welcome to Poonam's Kitchen. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my tips and tricks to prepare methi or fenugreek leaves for Indian cooking. I'll be sharing tips and tricks for sorting, rinsing, chopping and prepping the leaves for making lip-smacking dishes like methi malai matar, theplas, methi aloo, methi pulao. The list is endless. If you like this, do give it a thumbs up, like my Facebook page at Poonam's Kitchen. And remember to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get started with a bunch of methi leaves, the way you get it from the store. Here I have 2 bunches of methi leaves. As you can see, the bunch of methi leaves is removed from the ground along with the roots. And with the roots comes a lot of soil particles and dirt. So these leaves need to be washed very thoroughly after sorting. There is a trick to sort these leaves very fast. I'll open up this bundle. Hold the stalk firmly with the root facing upwards and give it a swift pull downwards. The hard stalk separates and we are left with the soft part of the stalk and the leaves. Hold the stalk firmly at the base with the root facing upwards and give it a gentle push downwards. Left with hard stalk and leaves and soft stalk on the other hand. Like this. Like this. Look out for rotten leaves when you're separating them from the stalks. Don't remove them. You can always check for the rotten or the bruised leaves once you have done the whole bunch. In the end, say like this one, you could just hand pick these. Takes just a few minutes. Once I have sorted all the leaves, I'll transfer them to a bowl full of fresh water for rinsing. Here I have a little more than 3 cups of tightly packed methi leaves. I'll allow these leaves to stay submerged in water for a few minutes. Since the methi bunch is removed from the soil along with the roots, it has a lot of soil adhering to the leaves and the stalks. I'm expecting some part of the soil particles to settle at the bottom. It's been a few minutes. I now need to change the water. I'll transfer the leaves to a bowl of fresh water. As you may be able to see, the water is right now very dirty and a lot of dirt has settled at the bottom. I'll discard this water and show you the bottom of the bowl. See, all this dirt had been adhering to the methi leaves. We definitely do not want this in our veggies. It's been a few minutes. I'll again transfer the leaves to a bowl of fresh water. See, after the second wash, the water is not as dirty as it was earlier. I'll again let the leaves sit in this water for a few minutes. I'll repeat the same process at least 3-4 times till the remaining water in the bowl comes out absolutely clean. For washes, you can see the water is no more dirty. It doesn't have any soil particles or any dirt. So now our leaves are properly washed. Now I'll transfer the leaves to a colander to drain off the excess water. Allow the leaves to sit in the colander for a few minutes. It's been a few minutes and quite a lot of water has already drained out. I'll now squeeze these leaves before chopping them. I will take a big handful of leaves and squeeze them between my hands to get rid of some of the extra water. The methi leaves are now ready to be chopped. There are 2 options to chop these leaves. One is to do it on the cutting board using a knife. I'll take a handful and cut through the leaves. We're not looking at very fine chops. The other option is to pulse these in the food processor with a chopping blade. If you're using the food processor, this is the blade that you have to use for chopping. Always work in small installments when doing this in the food processor. I'll pulse it a few times. I gave it 4 short pulses and this is how the leaves look. I'll transfer this with the rest of the chopped leaves, the ones that I did earlier with the knife. For the second installment, I personally prefer doing it with the food processor because it saves a lot of time. Here I have all the chopped leaves. I'll transfer it to a bowl. So here we have the chopped methi leaves. These are ready for cooking. Now methi leaves have a bitter taste. I personally and my family likes this bitter taste. If you happen not to like this taste, you can reduce the bitterness. Before cooking, put some salt in these leaves. Say half teaspoon salt in this quantity of the leaves. Let the leaves sit with the salt for 10 to 15 minutes. The salt will induce the leaves to give out some of the moisture, and along with that moisture, some of the bitter juices. You can squeeze the leaves after 15 minutes and use those squeezed leaves for cooking. So this is how you prep methi or fenugreek leaves for making Indian dishes. Thanks for watching this video. See you again with a new tip very soon. Till then, bye.